Have you ever wondered what it's like to exist in the frozen peaks of Kazakhstan, far from urban civilization? Without connectivity, without rushing, surrounded only by wilderness, there still remain families who live exactly like their ancestors did, raising livestock, dwelling in shelters and confronting harsh cold with courage and simplicity. These are the Kazakh nomads, resilient people, accustomed to existing among snow, wind, and the quietness of high altitudes. Here every single day becomes a battle for survival, yet also an existence filled with heritage, independence, and bond with the earth. In this video you'll discover the daily routine of these remarkable communities, how they eat, where they rest, how they tend their livestock, and what they do to endure the extended winters. Stay with me until the end and be amazed by a lifestyle that seems from another era, but still stands strong in the heart of Kazakhstan's mountains. What strikes me most about these communities is their incredible ability to find joy and meaning in what many would consider extreme hardship. In the far west of Kazakhstan, very close to the border with China, lie the Altai Mountains. This is a region of breathtaking landscapes, with open valleys, snow-capped peaks, and streams that break the silence of the mountains. During summer, green covers the fields and grasslands fill with life, but in winter everything transforms. Snow blankets the ground for several months, and temperatures drop to -30 degrees Celsius. The wind is relentless and seems endless. There are no nearby towns. Most families live kilometers away from any road. Access is challenging, especially when snow blocks the passes between valleys. It's a beautiful place, but isolated, wild, and silent. And it's in this setting where the Kazakh nomads live, facing nature's power with wisdom and endurance. The Kazakh nomads are peoples who for centuries have moved through the country's high regions, following seasonal patterns. They don't have a permanent home and change location whenever climate or pastures require it. Their existence revolves around land, animals, and family. Everything passes from generation to generation. The customs, the knowledge, the values. From childhood, children learn to ride horses, care for herds, and help with daily tasks. Even as time passes, many families maintain their traditional way of life. They value freedom, simplicity, and unity. They don't live with luxuries, but feel pride in preserving a culture that has endured for hundreds of years. In a world that moves increasingly fast, they follow another rhythm guided by nature's timing. There's something profoundly beautiful about this deliberate pace of life, this conscious choice to remain connected to natural cycles rather than artificial schedules. Are you enjoying learning about the life of Kazakh nomads in the mountains? Each day in this landscape of great altitudes, extreme climate, and traditions that resist the passage of time, reveals the strength and simplicity of a people deeply connected with nature. And there's still much to explore. If you're enjoying this journey through the culture and challenges of nomads, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments, do you think you could live this way, in harmony with nature, facing the cold and keeping alive such an ancient culture? Stay with us, because there are still many stories and curiosities about this incredible life in Kazakhstan's mountains. The yurt is the traditional dwelling of Kazakh nomads, made of wood, felt, and thick fabric. It's easy to assemble, disassemble, and perfect for those who need to move frequently. From outside it appears simple, but inside it's cozy and well organized. In the center sits the wood stove that serves for cooking and heating the space. Around it, mattresses, colorful rugs, and blankets help conserve warmth during frigid night. The yurt is more than shelter. It's the place where family gathers, where tea is shared, stories told, and rest taken after a day of hard work. Though it's cold outside, inside there's always warmth from fire, food, and companionship. I find it fascinating how such a simple structure can provide not just physical comfort, but emotional sanctuary in such a harsh environment. Animals are an essential part of Kazakh nomads' lives. They raise mainly horses, sheep, goats, and yaks, all adapted to the mountain's extreme climate. Horses are faithful companions used for transportation and even hunting. Sheep and goats provide milk, meat, and wool, which are used daily for nourishment and making clothing and blankets. Caring for animals requires constant attention, especially in winter, When cold and snow make grazing difficult, nomads must ensure herds are protected, well-fed and healthy to survive harsh conditions. This relationship between humans and animals is one of respect and dependence, a balance that keeps tradition alive and guarantees family sustenance. The food of Kazakh nomads is simple, but full of flavor and tradition. They utilize what land and animals offer to prepare their daily meal. The foundation of their diet is meat, mainly lamb and horse, which can be cooked, dried or salted to last longer. They also consume fermented mare's milk called kumis, a typical drink that helps strengthen during winter. On the wood stove inside the yurt they prepare breads and hot soups that provide warmth and energy to face intense cold. Foods are preserved naturally, without refrigeration, often hung to dry or stored in clay vessels. This food nourishes both body and spirit, giving strength to continue living in one of the world's harshest regions. Winter in Kazakhstan's mountains is long and very harsh. Snow covers everything, and temperatures can drop to dozens of degrees below zero. During these months, life changes completely. Families spend more time inside yurts, near fire, to protect themselves from cold and cutting wind. Caring for animals becomes even more difficult. They must ensure animals have sufficient food and shelter against. Nomads wake early to break the ice layer that forms on water and check pasture conditions. Despite intense cold, work doesn't stop. It's a tough routine that demands strength and much patience, but keeps life going year after year. The resilience required for this lifestyle is truly remarkable. It's a testament to human adaptability and determination. Kazakh nomads' culture is rich and full of meaning, from colorful clothing to music that tells stories of the past. Everything forms part of this people's identity. Festivals and family gatherings are important moments where stories, songs and traditional dances are shared. Hospitality is a rule. Receiving visitors well is part of respect and coexistence. One of the most impressive traditions is hunting with golden eagle. The Burkuchi train these birds from when they're chicks, forming a unique alliance between man and animal. All this shows how nomads value their roots and keep alive a culture that endures, even with modern world changes. Kazakh nomads' life is marked by constant change. It follows nature's rhythm, moving according to season and pasture needs. This routine demands organization and teamwork. Each family member has their tasks, from caring for animals to assembling and disassembling yurts. Time isn't measured with clocks, but with sun, weather and seasonal cycles. It's a simple life, but full of challenges that demands endurance and courage to continue forward. Despite difficulties, they find in movement and freedom the meaning of their way of living. In recent years, the modern world has begun reaching Kazakhstan's most isolated corner. Some young people leave mountains to study or work in cities, seeking a different life. Technology, electricity and roads have arrived nearby, but not all nomads want or can change their lifestyle. There's a delicate balance between preserving tradition and adapting to innovation. This transformation brings challenges like losing youth and risking forgetting ancient customs, but also opens new possibilities to improve mountain life without losing the essence that keeps this culture alive. In Kazakhstan's mountains, where hospital access is difficult and distant, nomads resort to traditional medicine to care for their health. They know well the plants and herbs that grow in the region, using them to treat pain, colds, wounds and other common illnesses. This knowledge has been transmitted from generation to generation, based on nature observation and practical experience. Besides plants, they use simple first aid techniques, helping keep family healthy, even far from urban centers. This natural wisdom is an important part of nomadic life, showing how it's possible to live in harmony with environment and care for health with what Earth offers. In Kazakhstan's mountains, nomadic women play an essential role in community life. They're responsible for many important tasks, like preparing food, caring for children, and making clothing that protects from cold. But women's work goes beyond. Many are excellent riders and help care for animals, actively participating in the mountain's difficult routine. Additionally, they're the ones who keep traditions alive, transmitting knowledge and values to next generations. Women's strength and dedication are the foundation that keeps this culture resistant, even facing time and environment challenges. The life of Kazakh nomads in the mountains is an example of resistance and connection with nature. They demonstrate that it's possible to live simply, respecting earth and animal cycles. Despite challenges of cold, isolation and world changes, they keep alive a culture that carries history, courage and wisdom. This way of life reminds us of tradition's value and simplicity, something we often forget in modern life. What did you think about learning the life of Kazakh nomads in the mountains, among difficult landscapes, ancient traditions and a routine full of challenges and beauty? Life here may be hard, but it's full of meaning, from caring for animals, to preserving customs that pass from generation to generation. Now tell us, do you imagine living this way in a united community, far from city comfort, but in tune with nature and countryside simplicity? Or do you think this routine would be more of an experience worth living for a time, rather than forever? Leave your comment down below. We love knowing your opinion, and if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. There are many other fascinating stories of cultures and unique ways of life coming ahead. See you in the next video. Until later.